Oh yes, welcome back to Marvel Contest of Champions News. It's your Monday edition of the news. Hopefully it's not too much of a bad start to the week. I think for a lot of people it's half term, so have a happy half term, whatever you're doing. In any case, let's roll into the news. Our first story begins with energy spend. This is the current spend at the moment for energy. Not great if I'm honest, especially for an event that is meant to last for about 20 days. We're already a good chunk into that, so for a lot of players they are frantically grinding out for stuff, especially balancing a few things. Hopefully it's a case people are able to make it, especially with the fact that we got back issues 2 coming in. I'm sure that a lot of players will be frantically trying to complete stuff before this event quest goes live. Next up, and in quickie news, it seems that people are a little bit funny about the idea of grammar, and in particular the grammar spelling for this line here. Now already in the loading screen we have the thing about gifting, and it mentions gifting, which is obviously, it's not a troll, but I think Kabam need to really kind of take it out. But if they have left it in for that reason, whoa, not good at all. However, though, people are pointing out a few things like, well, the grammar based off of prestigious, based off of, and it just kind of ruffling a few feathers. But a lot of people are kind of quick to talk about, well, it could be more of a slang-based thing for certain dialects or wherever you might be in the world, or country-specific or county-specific. To a point where somebody throws up a load of different variations of the way that the terminology could be used. I think a lot of people go a bit too hard into grammar and the whole kind of, well, I don't want to use the word grammar N-word. That's the N-A-Z word, not the other word. But in any case, whatever your thoughts are on this, go to the link in the description. It will take you to the ongoing debate about grammar, and in particular, this loading screen. Next up, in Kabam's ever-going pursuit in order to utilize your old champions, you are now going to utilize your old champions. Some more old champions, which no one really likes. Yes, you're going to dust off your King Groots, you're going to dust off your Kingpin, and even your Joe Fixit. And funny enough, I've got a video about Joe Fixit coming up fairly soon, so I guess that's relevant now. Some of the buffs and nodes can be found here, similar to Evangelily's quest that we had a little while ago. This is going to be fun, I hope, and interactive content, as again we all hope. A full list of the buffs can be found here. The link is in the description below, and at the same time Kabam said this is permanent content, so you don't need to rush around. And for the people that have asked, back issues 1 is going to stay there, so it's going to be both of them in conjunction with one another. Whether or not you can be bothered, or whether or not you don't really have the time, or you will get round to it, or you've actually done it, there's going to be 2 that are going to be there for you to make the decision. The rewards pretty much stay the same, and we've got the same thing as we had last time. It's a 2015 rank up gem, so it's a little bit disappointing, but it's a thing. You know, Kabam want you to go down that route with it and rank up something, and it better be something 2015. Although it does feel at times that Kabam are focusing to make improvements to those champions, largely from the 2015 era, or give or take a little bit around there. So that could be quite positive with older champions seeing a buff. So those gems, those rank up gems, seem to be more viable for decently and newly improved champions. So that's good as well. The event goes live on the 10th of April 2019. So this Wednesday. I should have my Joe Fixit out hopefully on the Tuesday, if anybody's interested in giving it a watch, because like I said, XL champions like Joe Fixit are relevant now. In other news, and focusing on something that went live over the weekend, and that is the 21.1 hotfix. Did this actually address everything, and at the same time, are those fixes sticking? For a lot of players and a lot of people that I've spoken to and interacted over the weekend on Twitter, the answer is no. They're still finding largely some of the issues here, and even Kabam have said that this hotfix was to address some of the issues that were being raised. There's fundamentally loads that have to be addressed, and it's in particular a lot of lag that's happening at the moment in game. After the hotfix went live, it was a case I was still seeing complaints in the forums. Like I said, on social media, people were contacting me saying just this is a shit show. People were sending me videos, and I just despair at times. Like, look at this is fresh stuff. This is fresh complaints over the weekend of performance issues, lag. This is Sentinel's issue as well. There's still so many things. A MODOK bug. If you're in my live stream on Saturday, you'll know that there was a really heinous MODOK bug which has not been seen since December 2018 and has reared its ugly head just a little bit. Now I don't know if that's stopped, but it's the case that you go into a block or you just wait there, and MODOK will be for the constantly in a blocked stance, which is just not how the AI should respond in that kind of sequence. It's meant to be either coming at you or just, you know, interacting, but instead just kind of staying in a block stance, which is weird as hell. This then leads us to the point we are now, where the quality of what we're experiencing from the game is not there. Constantly when I'm doing live streams or if I'm playing off stream, I'm getting a lot of lag spikes, and that's a problem that I've experienced. Also, everyone's experiencing different things, but I think it's a case we can all say we're having issues. Not all of them have been addressed. Some character specific stuff has been altered and improved. To a degree, yes, but most of the time it's people are saying, nah, it ain't working out for us. So maybe it's for Android but not for iOS, or maybe it's for iOS but not for Android. It's very hard to pinpoint where all these errors are coming from, and I think Kabam really need to look a little bit more deeper into this, especially before the end game content goes live by the end of the month. But what are your thoughts? Have your say in the comment section below, or go to the links in the description and it will take you to the forum posts that we've discussed in today's news. Next up, and Arnie2 has put together this fantastic Alliance Wars diversity tool. This is great, and at the same time, he has a YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it, please go to the link in the description. It will show you the video. And this is indeed the video. It's based on having it on the mobile, and at the same time, it's very safe. It has Google secured with it, so you know it's safe. You can assign different champions based on battle groups. So obviously, he's showing a build now of an Alliance diversity. So this is great, fantastic tool. It's been endorsed by a few people. I'm not being promoted, not kind of like being paid to say that, but it's great when you find these decent community tools or community things that people have put a lot of time and a lot of effort on, and at the same time road tested it on people in the community. But if you go to the link in the description, it'll take you to the video and it'll just walk you through some stuff if you're not already convinced. Next up, and Otriux is working on something very special. He's been working on this for a while, and the teaser trailer for this has been launched. As you can see, there's new champions. A lot of the old school ones are in there as well. And as well, there's going to be the new champions like Silver Surfer, just Maestro Thanos. And we've got Lockjaw Grandmaster, Jean Grey, Silver Surfer again, and there's going to be like new videos and stuff. I'm not quite sure on the extent of rollout of this, but I know that Otriux has been working on a special product. This is really the teaser of stuff to come, but it's certainly incredibly exciting to see a lot of the characters that are in the background and also back data of the game. Also, just want to touch on the Silver Surfer side of things, like on the rotation of the character, he gets this kind of like the glimmer, which I really hope is something that is in the game, because there is a flat image of him not getting any kind of silvery kind of look. Kind of similar to, if anybody has seen Rise of the Silver Surfer, the Fantastic Four movie, where he kind of like is taken from the board and then he's more of a kind of a horrible, kind of very dull grey. And obviously he needs to be with the board in order to gain the full kind of silver looking effect. So I really hope that the glimmer side of things is that when we eventually get him into the game. But now let's turn our attention to arena cutoffs. Now we got the results in. I've got some of the results so far. The rest of it's to be dropped, but it does look like very early thoughts that Annihilus has dropped down a lot more than I think we would normally expect him to go. But the thing is, the champion didn't get any hype. So is it a case that the people will go for the champion? And as well, with the current lag issues in game, are people then opting to go and grind in the event quest rather than doing arena? That may be the case. But in any case, it is good to feel that I actually got some predictions right. And in particular with Agent Venom, I got at 1.65 mil, and it was a case that the champion went for 1.62 mil. So that's good. A little bit touching cloth there, but the fact is I got that prediction in. Also, Annihilus, 1.3 mil for the 3-star if you were interested in grinding it out. 10.1 mil was enough to get you a 4-star Annihilus, especially considering this is 669. The champion could have been in that 9.9 mil type area, so it's quite incredible to see that. And finally, 37 mil was enough to get the 5-star version. And because that was a position that was like 120, I think it was a case that we'll probably see something a lot lower when the final scores come in. Now, at the point of recording this little arena segment, below are my predictions for round 2. So predictions are always below in the red. I just talk about what has been the cutoff. Predictions are down here. Now, that has been your Marvel Contest of Champions news for Monday, the 8th of April 2019. I really hope that there's some significant improvements in game, and it has been a very disappointing weekend when you look at all the lag spiking, you look at all the performance issues that really just make you feel this is just completely unacceptable. I hope that this is resolved shortly. I don't think it is going to be until the end game content goes in, and I still can't speculate on the fact whether or not it's true. If Kabam are working on something in the background, is it affecting the current running of the game? The same thing kind of happened last year with the whole dungeons thing, if you remember, but was that a case that Kabam were working on the Infinity Wall stuff in the background, which is then affecting the main running of the game? I don't know, that's just an assumption by me, but at the same time, it's kind of weird that we're having all these kind of weird issues. Where do they all come from? Why this month? Why this month of all months? But in any case, yeah. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video today, hit the like button and subscribe for Marvel Contest Champions based content. If you've got any thoughts on any of the stories we covered today, have your say in the comment section below. Join me in the live stream later on at 1900 hours GMT. And as always, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.